Okay, so whiteboard animation, right? I
Yeah.
mean, seriously, have you ever thought about, like, back when we were kids in school,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, that teacher at the front of the class, and they've got the marker,
Right.
and they're just, like, ideas just flowing onto the
Yeah.
whiteboard?
Yeah.
Remember how you were just, like, glued to it? Like, it wasn't the most high-tech thing in the world, but
No.
man, it worked.
It's true. It's
And
true.
it turns out, like, that feeling isn't just, like, rose-tinted nostalgia or whatever.
Right.
Like, get this, Doodle videos can actually boost sales by something like 47%.
Wow.
47%. That's not just like a little bump.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. So clearly something's going on there.
Yeah, what's fascinating is why that simple visual works so powerfully.
Yeah.
And I think it really taps into how our brains are wired to process information.
Okay.
If you think about it like cave paintings,
Right.
the earliest forms of storytelling were visual and unfolding.
Yeah.
And so that hand drawing, it creates this sense of immediacy
Yeah.
and narrative
Yeah.
development that really resonates deeply with us, almost on a subconscious level.
Oh.
And that conditioning from our early learning experiences,
Yeah.
it's incredibly potent.
It's like our brains are still saying like, ooh, something's being created.
Exactly.
And that kind of brings us to what we're diving deep into today, which is InstaDoodle.
Okay.
Now, we're not here to do like a dry tech manual read through.
No.
What really grabbed me and what I kind of want us to explore together is how this tool
Yeah.
is looking to completely change the game for anyone who wants to make seriously engaging video content.
Right.
Especially if you're like me and the words design software just make your palms sweat.
I hear you.
Like, the promise here is pretty awesome. Studio-grade whiteboard videos in just 3 clicks,
Mm-hmm.
and like a big wave goodbye to those crazy expensive freelancers.
Right.
Like, seriously, could it be that simple?
Well, the information we have really highlights the hurdles of creating this kind of content traditionally.
Yeah.
You're often faced with a choice.
Mm.
Either you spend hours, maybe even days,
Yeah.
wrestling with complicated video editing suites.
Yeah.
They have a steep learning curve,
Totally.
and they can still leave you with a somewhat amateurish result,
Right.
or you're looking at outsourcing to freelancers,
Right.
which, while potentially yielding great results, can be a significant financial investment.
Yeah.
And sometimes a real headache in terms of communication and revisions.
Oh, total nightmare. Right. Like, you could spend forever just trying to find the right person.
Yeah.
Then you're crossing your fingers that they actually get what you're going for, and then
Okay.
suddenly your wallet's a lot lighter.
Exactly.
So the idea of a tool that aims to just bypass all that friction,
Okay.
that's something I'm genuinely excited to dig into.
I hear you.
And our material gives us a peek at what's under the hood, talking about this Doodle AI engine,
Yeah.
this massive library of ready-to-use Doodle elements.
Yes.
And how it stacks up against the old ways and the other software out there.
Well, I think if we step back and look at the bigger picture,
Uh-huh.
tools like InstaDoodle
Yeah.
represent a significant shift in who can create high-quality visual content.
Hmm.
For a long time, that power was concentrated in the hands of those with specialized skills
Right.
and access to expensive equipment.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing this trend towards more accessible tools
Right.
that empower a much wider range of individuals and organizations
Yeah.
to communicate visually in compelling ways.
So what jumps out at you about the specific features they highlight?
The Doodle AI engine, for one.
Okay, yeah, the Doodle AI engine thing, that sounds absolutely wild.
It is pretty amazing.
But the idea that you can just type in what you want,
Right.
like a light bulb, a rocket ship, a confused-looking cat,
It's incredible.
and it just creates a doodle for you.
Yeah. And the material even mentions people being frustrated by limited libraries and other Doodle software.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And this feels like it could be the ultimate solution to that.
Yeah. Suddenly you're not stuck scrolling through the same old tired icons.
Right.
The only limit is what you can think of.
Exactly.
That's a total game changer compared to hoping that you can Frankenstein something decent
Exactly.
together from existing bits and pieces.
That's a crucial point, because existing software often provides a finite set of assets,
Yeah.
which can indeed feel very restrictive.
Totally.
If you have a very specific or unique concept in mind, you might find yourself spending a disproportionate amount of time
Oh, yeah?
trying to adapt existing elements, or simply settling for something that isn't quite right.
Yeah.
The AI component here offers the potential for a much higher degree of customization
Right.
and the creation of truly original visuals tailored to your specific needs.
And get this, it's all cloud-based.
Cool.
Like, no huge software downloads that bog down your computer, no license keys to keep track of.
Yeah, it says.
You can just log in from anywhere and start creating.
Right.
Plus, they're saying there's already a library of over 1,000 Doodle images ready to go.
That's a great starting point.
So even if the AI doesn't nail exactly what you were thinking on the first try,
Yeah.
you've got a fantastic starting point with a ton of readily available elements.
Well, and the cloud-based nature significantly enhances accessibility and collaboration.
Right.
It means you're not tied to a specific device or operating system,
Yeah.
and it can simplify the process if multiple people are working on a project.
Makes sense.
And the pre-existing library provides a valuable foundation
Yeah.
and can be a real time saver for common elements
Right.
or when you need to put something together quickly.
And this might seem like a small thing, but they mention different hand styles.
Oh, interesting.
Like a male or female hand drawing. Like that little touch can actually make the video feel more personal and engaging, right?
I think so, yeah.
It's those subtle details that can really elevate the final product.
Absolutely.
Oh, and the ability to add your own voiceover and background music is just essential for
Of course.
getting your message across and setting the right tone.
Absolutely. The voiceover provides that crucial narrative element,
Right.
guiding the viewer through the information.
Yeah.
And the strategic use of background music can significantly influence the emotional impact
Right.
and the overall engagement of the video.
Totally.
These are fundamental tools in effective video communication.
Yeah.
So it's excellent to see them integrated seamlessly.
Okay, but here's where I really geeked out.
Okay.
They've got an image to sketch converter.
Oh, wow.
So if you've already got like a logo or a specific product shot or any kind of image, you can just upload it.
Oh, cool.
And it turns it into a doodle style drawing.
Wow.
That's genius for keeping your branding consistent. Yeah.
And incorporating visuals you already have.
That feature is particularly powerful
Yeah.
because it bridges the gap between established brand assets
Right.
and the unique aesthetic of whiteboard animation.
It just makes it so much easier.
It does.
So putting it all together, it really feels like InstaDoodle is laser focused on
Yeah,
removing all the roadblocks to creating awesome whiteboard animation videos.
I agree.
They're talking about it being incredibly user-friendly,
Right.
like so simple a child could master it,
Wow.
which is a pretty bold claim.
It is.
But also having the power and features that even professional agencies could use.
Right.
That's a seriously wide net they're casting.
It is, the core objective seems to be democratizing the creation process by simplifying the technical complexities without compromising the potential for achieving professional quality results.
Yeah.
The 3 clicks claim is certainly designed to highlight that intended ease of use.
And attract users who might be intimidated by traditional video editing software.
Okay, so what's the real takeaway here for you listening?
Okay.
Like, why should you even care about InstaDoodle?
Right.
Or this whole idea of easy whiteboard animation creation?
If we think about what makes a message truly stick,
Yeah,
it's about clarity and engagement.
right.
And whiteboard animations at their core excel at taking complex information
Yeah,
and presenting it in a visually digestible and attention-grabbing way.
that's true.
So if you're trying to stand out in a crowded digital landscape,
Right.
whether you're a marketer trying to make your ads memorable,
Mm.
a nonprofit aiming to connect emotionally with your audience,
Yeah,
a content creator searching for fresh and engaging formats,
great.
an entrepreneur needing to explain a complex product or service, or an educator trying to make learning more dynamic.
Yeah.
This format has a proven track record of effectiveness.
The material we looked at even breaks it down by who can benefit.
Oh.
Like, marketers can create ads that don't get skipped.
Right.
Nonprofits can tell powerful stories that resonate. Content creators can keep viewers hooked.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs can deliver killer pitches.
Yeah.
And teachers can make even the trickiest topics easier to understand.
Makes sense.
It's all about getting your message across in a way that people actually remember.
Exactly. The combination of visual storytelling
Yeah.
with the sequential unfolding of the drawing process
Right.
creates a powerful cognitive effect. It keeps the viewer engaged, and it helps them process information in a more linear and understandable way.
Yeah.
And if a tool like InstaDoodle genuinely makes it easier
Right.
for more people to tap into this format,
Yeah.
then it unlocks a significant opportunity
Right.
for more effective communication across various fields.
And let's talk brass tacks for a second.
Okay.
The information we have mentions an 87% discount founding members offer
Wow.
with a $37 one-time payment.
That's a great deal.
Now, we're not here to sell you anything.
No, of course not.
But that's a pretty eye-catching offer when you compare it to ongoing subscription costs for other software,
Right.
or the often substantial fees of hiring someone to do this for you.
It certainly presents a potentially very cost-effective entry point
Yeah.
for individuals and organizations looking to incorporate whiteboard animation into their communication strategies. A one-time payment model can be particularly appealing
Right.
for those who are budget conscious
Yeah.
or prefer to avoid recurring subscription fees.
So let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Based on everything we've looked at, what are the real key things to remember about InstaDoodle?
The core of InstaDoodle, according to the material, is its focus on simplicity and accessibility.
Okay.
And this is achieved through its cloud-based platform,
Right.
the claim of requiring no prior tech or design skills,
Yeah.
and the innovative Doodle AI engine for generating custom visuals from text.
Got it.
Key features also include a substantial library of pre-designed elements, a variety of hand styles
Yeah.
to personalize the videos,
Right.
integrated options for adding voiceovers and background music,
Yeah.
and that very useful image-to-sketch converter.
And what problems is it really trying to solve for people?
Primarily, it's tackling the time investment and complexity associated with traditional video editing software,
Okay.
the often prohibitive costs and potential inconsistencies of hiring freelance animators,
Yeah.
and the limitations of the pre-made asset libraries found in other Doodle software.
Right.
The proposed solutions are speed, ease of use, and the almost limitless possibilities for creating unique visuals
Right.
thanks to that AI-powered engine.
So fundamentally, it's about making this incredibly effective communication method,
Yes.
whiteboard animation, accessible to a much wider audience.
Precisely.
And the potential impact spans across various sectors,
Yeah.
empowering individuals and organizations in marketing, education, nonprofits,
Yeah.
and entrepreneurship
That's exactly.
to create engaging and informative videos
Yeah.
without the traditional barriers of technical expertise or significant financial outlay.
That's the goal.
You know, this deep dive really makes you think about how much easier it could be to connect with people
Right.
by tapping into that fundamental human fascination with watching ideas come to life visually.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Like the idea that you could create your own compelling whiteboard animations
Right.
without needing years of design experience or a huge budget,
Yeah.
that could really change how a lot of us communicate.
This raises a really interesting point for you, the listener.
Okay.
With tools like this becoming more readily available, how might you see yourself using the power of whiteboard animation? Could it enhance your learning, help you share your ideas more effectively,
Yeah.
or perhaps even transform how you communicate with your audience or clients? It seems that the ability to capture and hold attention through this engaging format
Right.
is now within closer reach than ever before.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
And be sure to check out my other videos.